Hey y'all, I'm Lisa. Thank you for joining me for my favorite workout today. We are going to do a legs and glute workout brought to you by WIC. Why am I so excited about this workout? We get to do really small movements, a lot, and that repetitive motion is really gonna help burn those muscles and get them really nice and strong. After having a baby, it's so important to build back up that strength. All right, if you're ready to get going, you just need a good pair of shoes and a surface to sit on, maybe a wall as well, that'll be helpful. All right, here we go. Easy, small marches. We're not trying to bring those knees as high as possible. We're just trying to increase our heart rate here. So add those arms in, a little bit of a pump. There we go. Make sure you're focusing on your breath here. That will be very important for today's workout, especially so you can engage that core the entire time. So deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. Great job, Mom. So glad you're here joining me today. It's gonna be a great workout. All right, we're gonna go to some side steps. So you don't have to do these fast. These are just to get the outsides and the insides of your legs nice and warm and ready for this awesome leg workout. All right, make sure we're pushing off our toe. You're gonna feel the whole outside of your leg working when you do that, all the way up from your hips down to your ankles. All right, couple more here, and we're gonna go into some slow high knees. All right, now high knees can be a little scary if you just had a baby, especially if you recently had a C-section. So I don't want you lifting very high. What I do want you focusing on is toe up, knee up, toe up, knee up. That's gonna activate the entire chain on the front side of your body, make it a lot easier to do some of these exercises. There you go. Good core strength here. So nice and stable, nice and balanced. Hold on to a wall if you need to. And finally, we have our slow butt kicks. So again, ankles bent the whole time, toe is pointed, reaching those heels up towards your hips, squeezing the back side of that leg to get those hamstrings and glutes nice and warm. Couple more, and then we're gonna get to one of the best exercises for your quads and your knees. All right, here we go. So down to the chair. All right, if you've ever struggled with knee pain, you know how important it is to keep your legs nice and strong. So let's fix that today. We're gonna point that toe slightly out, keep that knee straight, and all we're doing is raising our leg. If you need to, go ahead and put your arms either on the chair, couch, wherever you might be seated to help you with that stability. We don't want you slouching back with this. I want you sitting up nice and tall. Let's go, we got 3 more, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna rotate that toe in. So you might notice I'm lifting my leg pretty high right now, but my youngest baby is 3 years old. I've been working on these for a while to build back up this strength. If you're newer in your journey, tiny lifts, tiny, tiny lifts. Maybe even just a hover and a hold. That's perfectly fine, all right? I want you to feel comfortable and successful in this workout wherever you might be in your journey. All right, here's the last one. Now we have that one more time, toe out and lift. So with that toe out, we're working a little more of the inside quad muscle there. Again, lifting just as high as comfortable for you. Back nice and straight. Core is gonna be working on these. There we go, 2 more. And I know my quads are burning right now, so this is a very effective exercise. Toe in, 10 more. 2, 3, the whole outside. Make sure that toe is pointed, ankle bent. 5, 6, we're almost there. 7, 8, keep lifting. 9 and 10. Whew. Thanks for sticking with me. That's a really tough exercise, so I'm very impressed that you're doing that with me today. All right, again, knee straight, other side. When we're done with this leg, we're done with this exercise, so let's get through them. 2, 3, 4. Again, keep that knee nice and straight. 6, only lifting as high as comfortable for you. Hands on that chair will help with that stability for your upper body. 9 and 10, excellent. Toe in, here we go. Make sure you're sitting at the edge of that chair too. If you're sitting too far back, it's gonna be hard to get that full range of motion all the way down to the ground, and that's important. Doesn't really matter how high you lift it today. As you get stronger, as you recover more in your postpartum journey, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to do this exercise. 9 and 10, good. One more time, each side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, ooh, feel that burn. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And no matter how hard this exercise is, you have a new baby at home, nothing is harder than that. I think you can get through this with me. 2, 3, 4, here we go. 5, the hardest one. 6, we're almost there. 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Whew, all right, you made it through. We're done with quads. Now we're gonna go onto the wall. I lied, we're not really done with quads. They might work a little bit in this exercise, but it's not gonna be near as difficult. We're gonna get comfortable on that wall. Now, I'm not gonna ask you to go into a full wall sit. That's a bit aggressive for the exercise today. So I want you about in a quarter wall sit. So just slight knee bend, slight hip bend is great. Your hips, your shoulders, and your head all against the wall. I don't want you to get really deep in this squat. Just get nice and comfortable to where you feel your legs activating, and we're gonna lift your arms up overhead. The most important part of this exercise is keeping your ribs down when you lift your arms up overhead. If we let those ribs pop up a lot, we're not working our core. So what's the point, right? Let's make this an effective exercise. Keep those ribs towards your hip bones as you lift. You might only be able to lift about here, and that's perfectly okay. After I had my second kid, she was a big one, my core did not work for about a year. And it was really important to do exercises like this to build it back up nice and strong. She's 3 now, so I can touch the wall no problem. But it does take some work getting into that to rebuild that strength. Here we go, we got 2 more. And 1, excellent. All right, hands on the wall, press your body away from the wall. Shake those legs out, give them a little bit of a break, and then we're gonna do 1 more set of 10 of those, all right? Mom, you're doing a great job, stick with me. We are almost there. Hips, shoulders, and head all back against the wall, and 10 raises. Again, big focus here is on the core. Everything else, you got a wall there, it's holding you up. Your legs are nice and strong. We already got those quads nice and activated. Make sure those feet are flat on the floor, and then just lift as high as feels comfortable, all right? Here we go, 7, 8, strong core, last 2. Those legs are getting shaky, that's good, that means they're working. And 10, excellent. Remember, hands against the wall, press your body away from that wall so you're nice and safe getting off the wall. All right, shake those legs out. Now we have our glute and our hamstrings to work. So hand on the wall, opposite hand on your belly. It's there to make sure your core is staying nice and strong, all right? We're gonna bend the leg that's closest to the wall, bend that ankle, and we have tiny glute kickbacks. So we're not kicking back very far because we don't want to strain that core, all right? Especially if you just had a C-section. They're gonna be the tiniest little kickbacks just to keep that glute working. You're free to just hold here as well, whatever feels comfortable for you in your journey, and however you feel that glute really working during this workout. Here we go. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Switching over to the other side. Again, hand on the wall, opposite hand on that belly. Bend that knee closest to the wall. Make sure that ankle is also bent. And we have those tiny kickbacks. 3, 4, 5. Make sure that leg on the ground is nice and strong. We're not falling over. That wall is there to hold you up. Use it. It's your friend in this exercise. All right? Make those hips work. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Whoo, those glutes are working. All right, they're gonna continue to work in our hamstring exercise. So same setup on the other side, hand on your belly, hand on the wall. This time, all we're gonna do is pull that heel all the way up as close as you can to your hips, and then straighten it. Make sure it's staying behind our opposite leg. Let's pull, squeeze that hamstring in the back of your leg and your glute, and down. 3, we have 20, 4, these are gonna be tough, stick with me. 5, this stationary leg is also getting really tired. 7, but again, that's good, that means it's working. 9, and 10, we have 10 more. 10, stick with me. 9, strong legs, make sure we're not dropping that hip. 6, 5, 4, 3, there we go. 2, big squeeze in the back of that leg, and 1, excellent. Whoo! Give me a little stretch in the back of that leg if you need to make sure those hamstrings don't start to get too tight. All right, hand on the wall, hand on your belly, core nice and strong. Bend that ankle, bend that knee. Here we go, make sure that leg is fully straightening when you get down to the ground. we do want that hamstring to stretch as well as squeeze. If we only get the squeeze and not the stretch, we're only doing half the exercise. So let's make sure we're getting both of those in there. 7, 8, 9. Here we go, stick with me, we got 20, here's 10, halfway. 10, 9, I always like to count down because it gives me something to look forward to. 7, 6, keep that glute squeezed. 5, 4, making sure you're not kicking anything if you have a small in space. 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Man, those hamstrings and glutes are definitely working in this workout. That's why it's one of my favorites. All right, lastly, we're gonna put it all together. We have squats. So feet about hip width apart, maybe a little wider. It's gonna be different for everyone. Toes slightly out, and we're gonna drop down, not all the way, wherever feels comfortable for you. When you come up, I want you to squeeze those glutes to keep those hips nice and strong. Down, 2, 3 seconds, pause, up, 2, 3, squeeze those glutes. 1, 2, 3, pause, up, 2, 3, squeeze. You can play with where your hands are on these. Some people like to put them out in front to help keep your chest nice and tall. That's great. Some people like to put them out in front for a little counterbalance. It really depends on how your body's built and how long your legs are, what feels comfortable for you. Play around with it, see what feels good. You can even put those hands right on your hips if you want. If you do that, just make sure your chest is not falling forward. We don't want to see that. Let's see, down, 2, 3, pause, up, 2, 3, squeeze those glutes. 1 more, 2, 3, pause, up, 2, 3, squeeze. Excellent. All right, my legs are definitely feeling it now, so I hope yours are as well. Find the place that's comfortable for you in these squats. If you are really tired right now, just do tiny itty bitty squats. That's perfectly okay. If you can challenge yourself, go a little further in this second round, go for it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, pause, up, 2, 3, squeeze every muscle in those legs. 3, down, up, 2, 3, squeeze. 1, 2, 3, down, up, 2, 3. Excellent. This pace is so important for making sure every single muscle in our lower body and your core are working. All right, if we just kind of go through the motions quickly, it's not gonna be as effective as going through it slowly and intentionally, right? We wanna do things intentional in life, right? We're moms, we raise children. It's very important that we're very thoughtful in every movement that we make, especially in this one. 2, 3, pause, up, 2, 3, squeeze. We have 3 more. 3, 2, 1, pause, up, 2, 3, squeeze. Last 2, stick with me. Pause, up, 2, 3, squeeze those glutes. Last one, feel that burn. Up, 2, 3, squeeze. Whew, excellent job. Again, grateful you stuck with me through that. We have one good stretch for you to really lengthen out everything we worked today. So let's find that wall again. Put that foot back behind you, press that heel towards the ground, and lean that hip towards the wall. You're gonna feel the stretch in your calf, maybe a little bit in the back of your leg, but definitely in this front hip flexor as well. So if you're more recent in your postpartum journey, do not push this very far. 1 deep breath, and out. Excellent. Let's go ahead and switch. Opposite foot, remember, heel on the ground. Lean into it, get that hip towards that wall. 1 deep breath, in, and out. Great. You know, if you felt that stretch a lot, very gentle stretch, right? Go ahead and hold it for 5 or 6 deep breaths. It's a really great stretch just to get everything in your legs nice and lengthened again. You might be sitting a bit with your baby right now while you feed him, things like that. Feels good to get up and move. Well, thank you so much again for joining me on today's lower body workout through WIC. Make sure you hydrate, grab a little snack, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.